Hi, I'm Lisa. Hello! And my summer was chaotic, to say the least. But amidst all this chaos, a very spontaneous idea was born to move into a cheap cabin in Sweden. I've actually never really been to Sweden. I've been living in a van for the past 11 months with my husband Kevin, mainly in the US and in Mexico. And while we're really enjoying that, it didn't really fulfill that one specific dream of mine that I've had for a while, which was to live in a rural cabin in the woods. So this video is about how a spontaneous idea became reality in phases and all the struggles along the way. The whole Sweden idea just kind of popped up in my mind. Now I can't get it out of my head. Our original plan after van life was that we move into a town near Seattle. The first problem with that was that the renting market there has gotten so expensive. And then I got the Sweden bug. It came surprisingly, but it was so fitting in the end and perfectly aligned with my cottage dream. We also just really wanted a little break from van life, honestly. We were craving a little bit of stability after 11 months. Craving to do all the things that you can do on the road. And also craving the option to have some alone time here and there, more space. After I bought the plane ticket to Stockholm 4 weeks in advance, it was time to start learning the language a little bit. And it was time getting back into couch surfing to find an easy landing pad with a local in the big city. We're at a friend's house right now. I'm trying to pack for moving to Sweden. A lot of warm things, but I just weighed everything. And that's 23 kilos. It's still like 3 weeks to go. It's a weird and exciting time, and I'm really glad we can stay at a friend's place again. It's nice. It's chaotic, as you can tell. But that's how I work. It's all very chaotic until it's not. Then we went on our first backpacking trip together. Only one night, but still. And it was so beautiful and really soothing for us individually, but also for our relationship. So why Sweden? As a German, it feels nice to be back in Europe, and for a European country, it is quite scarcely populated, which we really like, and of course it is gorgeous and lush. Another very big factor is prices of housing, for rent or for sale. They are insanely cheap, especially for someone coming from the PNW. It is now 13 days before my flight, and I'm in the first stages of looking for a rental. There's a lot out there. I don't know how competitive it is yet, so I'll find out. So I'd rather, right now I'm just collecting all the ones that I found on different sites, and I'm kind of like organizing them in Notion, and then I'll just send out all those requests. Yeah. What's important for us is we do want a toilet and a shower inside. I want it to be close to water. I would prefer to be on a bigger property. So just kind of like very close to nature. I want a wood stove. I think those are the most important things. Price should be below 7,000 SBK, probably lower, because usually electricity is added onto this, and electricity can be expensive in the winter. And also it shouldn't be like too far north. I also actually don't really want it too far south. I do want a real winter. I have a lot so far, and I still have a few windows and pages to go through, and At some point I'll just have to stop. I already went through 17 pages of this, only 5 more to go. But yeah, I still have all these to go. Okay, ooh, very close to water. I think I already have that one somewhere. This is the final list. I now have to start sending out emails. I already pre-wrote a few, and let's see how that goes.
Oh, nice.
Hey, I thought I'm gonna give you a little update. I'm in a different place again. I'm at a friend's house right now. I have 9 more days left until I'm flying to Sweden. I don't know, I'm up here. Turns out it's a little bit more complicated than I thought it would be. There's a few problems. So my plan was to go to Sweden, buy a car, drive around with a friend, just, you know, camping and stuff, but also with the primary purpose of finding a cabin, and that's it. However, in Sweden, there's a lot of numbers that are mandatory and addresses that are connected to those numbers. So if you want to stay in Sweden for longer than a year, you need a person number. For that, you need an address. I'm not gonna get that one yet. There is a kind of temporary register number for people who want to stay less than a year, which is called a coordination number. But for that, you also need an address. Those numbers enable you to do other important things. I will need a coordination number because I want to buy a car, but you need an address in that country, and I know no one, basically. I have a couch surfer for 2 days. She doesn't want to use her address for that, which is understandable. I guess they're like kind of strict with those things. So like if they find out, then you get a fine. How do I buy a car? Well, what I've done now is I contacted some car dealerships because, hi, I'm vlogging right now. I'll stop. Another
Nerd.
time.
It's under the sea. All right, this is the part. This till the end, I think I kind of know. The blues did drop. Oh no, I don't.
It's been a few days. I didn't finish what I was going to say, but the problems have just kind of vanished because we have the confirmation from the owner that we can rent this one cabin. I'm really excited. Kevin is too. He's a little tiny bit hesitant because the house that we are going to rent is a little bit further north than we originally thought we would go. I was talking to a friend and she like sent me this town that is all the way up north. Some like Sweden YouTubers live in that area, 5 hours north of Stockholm, and I was like, a little too intense for us, but here we are. The ad for this house has been up since April. When I messaged them, I just thought for myself, I'm just gonna see if it's supposed to be. The owner was like the sweetest of all. She was like super nice and like answering all the questions, and just had to happen. And you know, in our head, it's a little bit of like an adjustment period. We're just really gonna be in some deep snow, but I'm really excited. Last year we had a winter in Mexico, and this year it's gonna be in northern Sweden, mid-Sweden. It's right in the middle of Sweden. Price point of this one is also really good. I'm just gonna sign a contract without having been there, but I just have a good feeling about this. I think I'll repack. It's gonna be very cold. This also means that I'm gonna be able to rent a car easily because I now have an address to provide, because it was always about the address. I think I should be fine when I come to Stockholm. I'll just go to a dealer, buy a car, and they'll get the paperwork ready for me. I'm pretty sure that's how it'll work. So once I arrive in Sweden, a friend will come and we'll just cruise through and cruise up north without having to look at other cabins. I ended up contacting 30 houses. At least 10 of them have gotten back to me. See you somewhere else next time. Hello. So I just got to Stockholm yesterday. My bag is still in Seattle. I did pack accordingly, maybe too accordingly, because I was like, you know, it might be delayed. I just really hope that it will arrive soon. It's supposed to arrive today. Now I'm at a couch surfer. Really nice. This is my mess. And I just kind of organized the car dealership things and I put them in my phone on Google Maps. I'm gonna call them one by one now. Then I'm just gonna look at cars. I'm gonna watch one more video on how to inspect cars. Then, I mean, I don't know, maybe today, tomorrow, hopefully I'll buy a car. Problem is, they're all manual. Last time I've driven a manual was 4 years ago, and I've only driven it when I did my driver's license. It's gonna be a giant challenge for me. I've watched some YouTube videos on how to do it, but you know, it's not the real thing, of course, so. Yes, that is, I feel like, the biggest challenge, and I'm really scared. Maybe one of the car dealer people will be able to test drive it for me. I hope the paperwork will work. That's a big problem here. But I do have an address, so it should work, hopefully. So there's still a lot of moving pieces. I feel okay. Maybe it's also just like, and I will be very tired very soon. Oh yeah, tonight we're gonna go to a concert. Right, I need to buy tickets for that too. I'll just take it day by day, I guess. Don't really have another choice. Today is the car day. Today I'm gonna go south of Stockholm. There's like 5 car dealerships there. It better work out to already find something today, right? That's my car list. I need a list for all those things because, you know, there's, you know, so many things. I want a good mileage and want the seats to fold flat, tires, inspection, all the important things. It could be a better list, but it is a list and it is very helpful. Let's go get a car. Done with the first car. It didn't look so promising, but there was a different one, a little bit bigger. That looks pretty good, but it's on like the edge of what I wanted to pay. And it had like a bit something underneath that I wasn't sure about, but maybe. I think I want to look at, there was one car that like had all the ins and outs and for a good price. I think I first want to go there and check it and maybe test drive it. And then I can just always come back here. Now off to the next one. Challenge car. It might be a challenge. We don't speak about English. Didn't want to test drive it yet there. I first want to go to the one that I have the highest hopes for, which is here somewhere. Can't be here. Hello.
It's actually easy to drive.
If you know how to do manual. He also doesn't want to sell the car to me, but he suggested he can like register it under a Swedish friend. And then I register it back after I have my coordination number. If not, I will have to find a seller who would do that, which I don't know who will does it, or if I'll have to get a rental. I don't really know. Two days have gone by. My first day, I was not really happy about how it went, because basically I found out that no one would want to sell to me because I don't have a number yet, and I could have bought a car, but I couldn't have used it to drive up north. So the plan that my friend and I had was just not gonna work out. that we drive separately and just make a little road trip out of it. That's a bummer. That took a while to realize. One seller would do it, but I don't really want the car, and yeah, the problem is also the driving. That's also a whole other issue. Me not really feeling too comfortable driving myself. 5 hours. My friend is gonna come today to Stockholm, and maybe they can help me practice a little bit. Maybe they can go to another car dealer with me. The big help and revelation is that my landlord would help me buy a car. So she would use her personal number, and then I would drive under her personal number for as long as it takes to get my coordination number. She would also help me. She knows a car guy close to where she lives, which is also close to where I'm gonna be living, who could help me find a car. He could like look at cars with me, which would be really helpful. So the option is now that I don't get a car in Stockholm, but I wait until I'm there, and then I'm gonna go car hunting with her / her friend, and then we're gonna buy a car through her personal number. That is what we're looking at right now. I would still have to, you know, learn manual, but I would be not in a big ass city. Jesus, if I didn't have the house already, I would have to get a rental car. It would have been expensive, because I could also not really plan with the rental car where to like drop it off. And I wouldn't have had the help from my landlady, because she's an angel. It's so amazing. Also, if my suitcase had arrived, it's not great that my suitcase is somewhere and I don't know if I'm gonna get it. If I would have been with my suitcase the whole time, who would have been a bit more stressful, because like this is already a lot. I feel like it's already heavy, and then having like a whole rolling suitcase, like a 50-pound suitcase. Also, I wouldn't have fit into my friend's car who's gonna come today, because their car is pretty small. So in the end, things are kind of working out, I guess. I mean, in the scheme of Sweden. Bureaucracy. I will have to get a Swedish SIM card. I need a Swedish SIM card to be able to contact private people on this, like, Craigslist they have here. That's ridiculous. For that, you have to go to like a little kind of 7-Eleven convenience store and ask for this one specific one. Then they like need your passport. Maybe I'll go to that one car dealer to drive that little red Polo. Don't think it's an easy start. It's like don't think you're gonna get a car in Sweden right away. But I think the confusing times hopefully will subside very soon, and I will be able to enjoy it, and I will not be in a city, because I don't like cities. It's full. So many people here. That's just normal. there is something. If you're interested in how this all continues to work out or not, and how life in Upper Sweden is going to be like this winter, please like and subscribe so I know that you're actually interested in this. See you in the next one. I think I have to go now. I'm not wearing my skeeter pants.